Righto, so that's Christmas done. It's Christmas afternoon. We've done all our family stuff. We're getting ready to go away. We're leaving tomorrow sometime, probably after lunch tomorrow. All we're going to do now is put the boat on and hook the caravan up. Everything's loaded, just got to top the water tanks up and we're ready to go. That's about it. Alright, just strap it down and hook the van up and we'll be ready to go. We've got the extra anchor points on this boat, makes it easier to tie down. Tie it down from the inside rather than putting a big strap over the top. And then on the back, the tie down points been welded up to the transom like so, and just strap them back down to the rack, and the rack's obviously bolted in. So yep, she can't go anywhere. And that's it, we're ready to roll. Ready to go away down to South Australia. Got a heap of new squid jigs, a couple of Christmas presents, and a heap I've bought from BCF. And a few pretty ones on that side. So hopefully we'll get stuck into the squid this time around. Christmas 2022 and we're heading down to South Australia again. Just finished mowing all the grass, even the neighbour's out doing his. So the place is nice and tidy when we leave. It won't be looking like this when we come back, but that's the price you pay. Alright, next stop should be Toowoomba. We're at the Toowoomba Showgrounds. We're just doing the visiting my mum and dad. Okay, so we haven't even worried about plugging into power or anything. There's $30 a night here, which is a little bit on the dearer side for showgrounds, but that's just how it is. A nice big old Comet windmill here. So tomorrow we head off and go and visit some more friends on the way down south. Well, we just crossed the border into New South Wales, heading down to Glen Innes, and then we'll go from there across to Inverell to meet up with some friends of ours for a day or two before we keep going south. So other than that, everything's going good.
Coming into Tenterfield. It's an old town though, isn't it?
So we're heading into our friend's place, Darren and Kath, between Glen Innes and Inverell, and we might even have a bit of a look for some sapphires in the creek down there.
They've got bees and cattle and sheep and goats and veggie gardens and fruit trees. Got everything.
Well, it was great to catch up with Darren and Kath again, and their family and a few of their friends that we hadn't met before. Everyone had the same idea. We all wanted to go down and see how they chase these sapphires. This was their hobby, so we grabbed one of the quad bikes and met them down there. Yeah. Well, I suppose everyone has different ideas about their hobbies and what's enjoyable. Sitting there in the hole in the creek digging out big rocks, well, that's enjoyable to some. So the greyer stuff is where you want, not the dirt, but
No.
just the grey.
Yeah, so that's all wash that's come down with the creek.
Yep.
So you've got to get under that. But
Well,
under that-
mostly it's the fellas digging out all the boulders, and Kath does the fine tuning and working of the willoughby, and that's what washes all the stone and cleans everything and helps find the sapphires.
Oh, you found one.
Yay!
Awesome.
Well, I don't know about this digging for sapphires. Might not be my cup of tea, but the surroundings and yeah, it's got a lot of good things going for it. Just depends. But I still like me fishing. It's a whole lot easier.
So see how the middle's all black?
Yeah,
That's all your heavies.
yeah,
And that's where your sapphires should end up if you're doing it properly in the willoughby.
okay.
So when you flip it, that's the only place you'd actually need to look.
Is in the centre.
Oh, just down, is in the centre. You shouldn't have to look anywhere else. There we go. Yeah.
I could see that one myself. That and the one beside it. See one more. See? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
No, that's a rocking one too, but that's all right.
Well, there was no massive stones found the day we were there, but the next day there just might have been something very worthwhile. But it's beautiful countryside either way. Well, we headed off early the next morning. It wasn't actually much after daylight. We had plans to do big kilometres that day.
Found a Moree. Gotta wait for the train. Oh, no, we don't. It must have been through.
Fuel stop number 2 for the day. One thing wrong with this Ranger, fuel tank is just way too small. Once we're in, where are we now? To Walgett. We go from here across to Brewarrina, then to Burke, and then we head south down to Cobar. All this area around Brewarrina had suffered severely from the floods. It was incredible just how much damage had been done.
Levee bank around the whole town of Brewarrina.
As we made our way from Brewarrina across to Burke and then down to Cobar, it was incredible the amount of water that was just around on the side of the road. Well, that's cutting things a bit fine. A little bit too fine for my liking, but we still had a 20 litre jerry can on the A-frame of the caravan, but we made it.
Thank goodness.
About 15 k's out of Will Canyon.
That's amazing.
When I was looking at this footage to do the editing, I was quite disappointed that we didn't take the time to pull up, get the drone out and get a couple of aerial shots. I've never seen this much water. It just looked like an inland sea. It was incredible.
Actually, every time we've come through here, these little bridges, creeks have been dry.
Alright, this is our camp last night. We pulled up, not far before dark. Massive day yesterday, just under, well actually it worked out just over 1100 kilometres we did yesterday. So we've gone from 30 k's the other side of Inverell, and we're 122 k's from Broken Hill. So we're going to push along early this morning and try and get down to Fitzgerald Bay by a reasonable time, and we'll be set up next to the water. Rightio, a bit more driving to do.
Welcome to Oodlawira. This is where the quarantine station is. If you're coming from Broken Hill across into South Australia. Okay, someone's coming out. Check on these guys.
Yeah, and it's got strict instructions on the handle.
Beer only. That's what's in there.
That's all.
Yeah, most of them have. Most of that's what they have. So just got to grab that one.
Yeah, I didn't
No
even
dramas.
realise pumpkin wasn't allowed. Thank you very
No
much.
worries.
Alright,
Okay,
cheers.
thank you.
Oh well, he took our pumpkin. I didn't realise that we couldn't have pumpkin. Did you?
No, but that's what they're there for, to do the job.
Yep. Oh, that's alright.
Well, this is Peterborough. We're going to stop here and get some water and fuel, and then we'll be heading over towards Port Augusta.
This is the last sort of set of hills, really. Once we get up to the top of this and down the other side, we should see water.
Should be all downhill from there, love.
Yep.
That's the water that comes up to Port Augusta.
We're going to camp on the other other side of that water tonight at Fitzgerald Bay.
Yep. Look at that.
Nice view.
That's beautiful. That must be a fish farm out there.
Yeah, looks like it.
Hope we can get a spot. Really do. So we arrived at Fitzgerald Bay yesterday afternoon. It's New Year's Eve, and spent last night. The breeze was beautiful. Oh, what a gorgeous outlook we have for the next night before we move on. We're going to take a walk out into the water, see if there's any crabs around, just to have a look.
I'll see if I can get it. They're right in the shade now. There's a little Jenny. I'll just give her a little tap with the foot. Not too much because I don't want that's why I didn't want to do that. So it's only a little baby one. She's just going to bury down into the sand.
Where'd she's gone?
And it's gone. And that's all these little dark patches in the sand around here. Should be able to pick them up on the camera. That's what they will be. A few people camped here. It's a nice spot. Us, a little camper trailer behind us. And down there to some beach shacks. Not having much luck spotting any. We've only spotted one so far. Alright, first day of the new year. We're going to have a nice lunch. Crystal Bay prawns. And we've gone out here and got some salt water. And we'll put these, I think these are farmed prawns, but they're really nice. Put some of them into proper salt water and let them defrost. That and a bottle of bubbly. Not a bad way to start the year with a view like this. Alright guys, well, a little special tradition for us is usually a bottle of this stuff for special occasions, and you don't get much more special than first day of the year. So I reckon, oh, here we go, see if I can't shoot a hole through one of those fly screens.
Oh, don't!
This is a pretty good special occasion. What would be if we get the bottle open. Here we go. Are we ready?
Yep.
There
Oh.
we go.
Oh.
Alright. Cheers, my dear.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, bubbles.
Awesome.
And prawns. Doesn't get much better. Cheers, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, or send us a comment so you don't miss out on our next episode, where we get out and about, do a bit of sightseeing, go and do a bit of fishing for King George whiting, and get some squid and some squid get us.
Oh dear. No. I caught him too. He just got him in and he copped it.